Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay How, episode 18. Here is my son, Frank. I guess he will be joining us today. Episode 18, girl. Thank you for coming back. Remember when I was excited that we were at double digits? Okay, we're almost in the 20s. That is crazy. That's another milestone that I will be celebrating, mildly. So, yeah, thanks for coming back. Make sure you are subscribed here on the YouTube channel, or if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you follow the show. Leave a comment on all of the platforms if you so wish. I wish you would. And yeah, welcome back to another episode. It has been quite the somber week. I don't know if you guys can feel my energy in the last episode, but I was on fucking cloud 9 in the last episode. I was having such a good day, such a good week. I was a day early filming that episode. Okay, my schedule was on point and I felt really good. And I don't even remember what I talked about last week, but I just remember like filming my episode a day early and being like, I'm going to get all this done. I'm going to clip all my clips and like I get to chill. Like, not that I haven't been chilling like since for like the last 9 months because I haven't had a job, but I'm just saying I felt really nice. Directly after I filmed that episode, I hopped on my computer to, begin editing and finishing, doing all of that. And I got the news. I got the news about ye old Charlie Kirk. And so, because of that, I am going to kind of give my 2 cents, even though it really irks me that we even have to talk about shit like this as often as we have to talk about it. At one point in the history of this fucking godforsaken planet, people were able to just do what they wanted and talk about what they're passionate about, create, do a painting of a flower, make a movie about, sorrow or happiness or, the pursuit of happiness or whatever. People used to be moved by art. And we have scrambled society so hard. You guys know what a scrambled hard egg is like. It's very rubbery. Scrambled well is a terrible way to make your eggs. That is beside the point. Our society is so fucking scrambled that you can't even just hop on a podcast and talk about some bullshit, just chit-chatting with your bestie type shit, without having to go into the fucking news. And I know it's a privilege to not have to talk about the news or not want to talk about the news, okay? But imagine, we were all there last Wednesday, when this shit went down, okay? I can't speak for everyone, and I don't really know, what side of the aisle you're on in regards to that tragedy. But the ominous feeling that, in my opinion, blanketed the whole country is horrific to live through. Why do we want to do these things? Like, why are we to this fucking insufferable point of this type of shit? And I'm not saying that this is the catalyst. Okay, I know this has been going on for a very long time, years and years and years. I mean, the whole shooting of it all has been going on since I was a kid, okay? I remember the first tragedy I ever heard of on the news was about JonBenet Ramsey. And guess what? That's still going on. Unsolved. Tons of people been thrown under the bus for that. And don't nobody figured it out yet. You know how many documentaries I've watched about goddamn JonBenet? And we don't even have the guy yet. The parents got blamed. The mother got blamed. The fucking brother got blamed. What was he, 8 years old when that happened? I mean, I remember seeing that on the TV as a kid. And low-key, I wanted to be a pageant girl when I was young. So when I seen her get murdered, I was like, maybe I don't want to be a pageant girl. Maybe I need to pivot. And maybe that's where we're at. That's what I was thinking as a kid. So it really, it fucking sucks to live in a world where shit is fucking going down like that. And I know it be going down. I do imagine how these kids are feeling in fucking Palestine, dude. Imagine how they're feeling over there. The dread, the imminent danger, the constant fear. Like, imagine what that fucking does to your psyche as a child, as a parent. And that's why I'm ticked about the Charlie Kirk thing, okay? Was not a huge fan of the guy. People are saying, oh, it's because he had political opinions and people didn't like him for that. Okay, but when your political opinions become a law and they, disproportionately affect certain groups of people, that actually is not really a political opinion at that point. You are actually infringing on me at that point. When you advocate so heavily and brainwash so many people into thinking that women shouldn't have the ability to choose what happens to their bodies like that. I can't believe that you can say that out loud and be like, no, women shouldn't have bodily autonomy. And to automatically, everything's so fucking scrambled that even a woman who's willingly pregnant with her loving husband and has other children and actively wants a large family and she's motherly and she loves kids and she wants to have more kids and she's part of the church too and she's this and she's that and she's everything you want her to be. And she has a fucking ectopic pregnancy or whatever you call them. The baby's in the wrong place in her body and it's already dead. The baby's already dead. So for her to have the ability to, have the opportunity to save her own life and remove the, for lack of better word, dead fetus inside her so that she can then heal and likely try again to have another baby because she actually wants to have one. Like, you have to understand that shit like that is what I am focusing on with issues like abortion rights, okay? Do I love abortions? No. Do you know how kind of low-key difficult it is to get one? Full disclosure, I have not had one. But it's actually not a comfortable process to have. It's also not a comfortable process to be impregnated by somebody who is impregnating you against your will. Even sleeping with you against your will, we know what that is called. So why would you want to make a family with somebody who did that to you? Why would you want to come on, guys? So your political opinion, that's also too, God, this fucking, I hate talking about this shit. I know it's necessary, but that's not what this podcast is about, okay? Imagine the somber feeling that you had last week during all of this shit, and the aftermath is going to be extensive. And you see my fucking new episode pop up, and you're like, finally, something that's not the news, something I can escape with, something that I can fucking turn on and listen to Lindsay talk about how she's a fucking crazy Goldilocks person who steals people's soups and porridges and stuff. You know, meaningless topics that we can all friendly, disagree on. And you fucking turn on this episode and I'm talking about Charlie Kirk. God! I don't want to fucking be doing this. I don't fucking want to be doing this. I don't want to be talking about any of it. It's all a tragedy. I also recognize that there is a happening in as well. Everybody knows that. Some of you want to, do the fucking mental gymnastics to say that Charlie Kirk doesn't deserve it, but, hundreds of thousands of children deserve it somewhere else because of Hamas. You guys are fucking out of your mind. Imagine you're getting bombed because of something Joe Biden's doing in office. You'd be fucking ticked, wouldn't you? Yeah. So I don't want to have to talk about the tragedies every time I open my mouth, dude. It's like, and you're demonized if you don't. And I understand that, like, it's like if you have a platform, you need to be talking about it. But it's like, I have a platform where I make slime. And now I'm obligated to report on the news? When did that happen? Probably when basically every news source and every fucking media source became wildly unreliable. And if you are actively posting the very first information that comes out about any tragedy ever, you're the fucking problem. I'm sorry to tell you, you are the problem. Because that information is not yet reliable. It's not yet been proven. But in this fucking world we're living in, people are publishing theories as if they are fact. And then everybody jumps on it, starts spreading like wildfire. That's sort of the curse of social media. It's also a blessing. It's a blessing. Well, I actually don't want to say it's a blessing that we can actually see what's going on in right now. I don't want to see that shit. But sometimes you gotta see it to understand the severity. Okay? And that is why I wanted to talk about the whole Kirk situation. Okay? I saw the video. Against my will, by the way. And it is the worst thing I've almost ever seen. I've probably seen the worst things I've ever seen on social media over the last year. Some of the images that are presented to me on social media when I'm trying to find fucking videos of a Hyrax going, "Awawa! Awawa!" And here we are, another fucking bombing, children freaking dying, mass shooting this, mass shooting that, against my will, by the way. And it is horrifying. And I fear that the people who have or were accused of saying bad things about or celebrating the situation that happened with Charlie Kirk, you have to have not seen the angle that I saw. Because you can't have seen that and then be like, hell yeah. You cannot have seen it and said that's actually awesome. And the part that's really fucking me up, and I actually don't know if this is true, but it was reported that his children were in attendance. And I find that to be really fucking horrible. I can't fucking lie. That shit broke my heart. Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen your own father cry or break down, or, you know, just the veil came off. Like, I remember seeing my dad cry, you know, when our family dog passed away when I was young, and my dad was burying him in our backyard, and he was crying, and I remember seeing that and thinking, like, this is something that is, like, this is fucked up. Not that he's crying, it's just that, like, you know, the strongest, most reliable people in your life, or one of the strongest, most reliable person in your life, to see them, like, in that state, or, like, your mother, or, like, anybody who's, like, a big, like, a, you know, someone in your life who is, you know, strong and supportive and takes care of you, and you see them cry. It's really hard to see, you know? So the fact that his kids had to watch that happen to him, you know, is truly, truly fucked up. And those kids don't fucking know what he's saying. Those kids don't fucking know. And they shouldn't. And when they get older, they can form their own opinion, you know? But right now, they do not deserve to have witnessed that if they did. I would like to see a damn article come out debunking that they were there. That would make me fucking feel a lot better about the whole situation. But the fact that they, you know, may have been there, and likely pretty close by as well. I mean, you know, they're not going to be in the fucking nosebleeds at their own dad's show. I don't know, man. It fucked me up so bad. It fucked me up so bad. And this whole fucking thing is just, the whole thing is scrambled to bits. And I don't even have a side of the aisle anymore. You know what I mean? Like, heaven forbid a bitch wants everybody to have their needs met. Heaven forbid you want some safety and security, you know, be able to afford to have a family and support them and own a home and just to fucking enjoy your life. Time is fleeting, dude. Time is fleeting. And we're spending most of it working for, like, pennies. Inflation is so... Even if it's not inflation, it's just... I mean, I guess it is, by definition, inflation. But what even the fuck are we even working for anymore? And I was listening to Tim Dillon talk about this. However you feel about Tim Dillon. I relate to him a lot. That young people don't fall for propaganda anymore because, you know, back in the day, you could be propagandized as long as you were getting something out of it. This is what Tim Dillon said. As long as you were getting something out of it, you would listen to propaganda, you know, as long as, like, you can actually have your American dream. which is kind of fucked up. Like, I'll look past like the fucked up nature of us, what we're doing in other countries and destabilizing everybody and being a super fucking mean girl to everyone else, and like, you know, being allies with like the worst countries or whatever, you know what I mean, whatever it may be. You know, back in the day, as long as you were able to, you know, own your own home and have your family and have a decent job where you could retire from that job, then people were okay with, or just more susceptible to, the propaganda. Now, kids, you know, the younger generations, they're not susceptible to the propaganda anymore because they are getting nothing out of it. Nothing at all. We don't have stable jobs. We don't have access to healthcare. We don't have fucking access to buying a home. You know, we don't have savings. We're fucking broke, dude. We got nothing to show for it. And the only people who have anything to show for it are people who, you know, are inheriting wealth from, you know, previous generations, who were able to do so and live comfortably. You know, you really got to be like exploiting, you know, mass amounts of people to be making hella fucking money to be able to pass on to your kids if you decide to have them or not. You know, exploitation is the game now. So, you know, nobody's on board anymore. Everybody's fucking ticked. And I'm fucking ticked too. I just want to be out here having fucking fun creating stuff. But god damn, dude, the comment section is a really horrible place to be. And if you ever, here's one advice that I'll give you, young kids, or anybody for that matter. If you find yourself engaging in an argument with someone in the comments of a Facebook post or an Instagram or a Twitter or a TikTok, you have to know, you must know that you are almost 100% of the time arguing with a bot who is in Russia or China or somewhere else. That is a bot you are arguing with. Someone programmed the bot to have the exact opposite opinion as you. In the tone, you know how when you tell AI, oh, can you help me write this email? And I want it in XYZ tone. I want it in a friendly tone. I want it to be in a professional tone. I want it to be in a serious tone, okay? These bots are programmed to have the opposite beliefs than you, and the tone is heinous, rude, diabolical, relentless, careless, evil. And you and your dumbass is having a argument, comment for comment, in a fucking comment section with a fucking robot. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't stand up for your beliefs and speak on, you know, what is right. You should stick up for what is right. You should voice what is right. But you have to know that social media has been infiltrated by bots. And they're usually not American bots. Okay? There's a scene in Superman. You guys know I fucking love that fucking Superman movie with David Corn Swift. Okay, he saved art for me. And so did Turnstile. He makes me believe in God. But in Superman, they're doing, Lex Luthor is trying to make everybody hate Superman because this video came out of his parents saying that they actually sent him to Earth to destroy it and to destroy everybody on Earth. But he actually didn't get that message from his parents because the message that he heard from his parents was like, there was a glitch and he didn't get the whole message. So he thought that he was sent there to save everybody and be, the god or the Superman of, and just be like the best man he could possibly be and care for everybody on Earth. That was actually not the message. The full message was then revealed by Lex Luthor. And so he had everybody on social media turn on Superman. And the way he did this was, in the movie, there's like a black hole underground situation where he's keeping everybody captive in this underworld or whatever, spoiler alert. And down there he has, abducted several other mutant type people. I don't really know what they call them in the DC universe. Is X-Men DC? Because I know they call them mutants in X-Men. But in DC, I don't know what they're called. I'm not really a comic book person, so don't quote me. But he does have a couple of mutant-type superhero, superhuman people in this underworld, okay? And they can't escape. They don't know how. They've tried, but they can't. So when Superman inevitably gets stuck down there, spoiler alert, he sees all these other people who are being held captive there. But in that underground, he has this whole farm of little monkeys, like little capuchin monkeys, and they're all on computers and phones, and they're tweeting horrible things about Superman. And then the people on Earth are liking those tweets and agreeing with them, and da 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 da. The whole farm of little monkey bots in this underworld is fueling the online hate that is then spreading like wildfire to then hate Superman. Okay? That is not a movie scene. Okay? It's probably not actual monkeys. It's probably people. Okay? But that is what is happening. So you cannot be in a fucking comment section arguing with people about politics, girl. What the hell? And the whole left versus right, and the left is so crazy, and the right is so crazy. Girl, everybody's gone crazy now. Everybody's gone crazy. I'm so fucking like, oh, I have moved more off there's the left, there's the right, and there's the center. I have jumped off. I have jumped off the scale. And I'm floating in the abyss, thinking, what the fuck is everybody doing? The right is like, the left is so crazy for celebrating this. You guys are insane. You're so violent. All the violence comes for the left. And the very next tweet is, we declare war on you. We're going to go door to door and kill you all. What? The call is coming from inside the house. Who's violent now? What do you even mean? You have to know. You have to know what you just said. You have to know. There's no excuses anymore. We have to, I don't know what we have to do. I don't fucking know. I really do not know what to do. I'm trying to focus on being creative and creating things for my own community in this fucking bubble that I live in, and ensuring that anybody who comes in and out of this bubble is welcomed and treated with respect. Y'all really think Jesus is gonna come back? If he came back, girl, if he came back, he would fucking hate what we've done with the place. He would fucking hate it. He would be like, what in the fuck has happened here? And the stuff that's happened because of the stuff that he allegedly said, he or she or they, pretty sure Jesus was a they, them. So I don't think he would be very happy with us having for-profit prisons and for-profit healthcare, and the fucking streets looking like goddamn zombies, and everybody's on drugs, and, you know, dying of preventable diseases, and now we got the whole... Dude, it's too much for me to bear. And I want to just say that I am having the conversations and doing the necessary, you know, groundwork that I'm able to do for causes, whether you hear about it or not. You know, I'm trying so hard to stay positive and spread, you know, love and acceptance among people who are, you know, in my fucking neighborhood, and making sure everybody's taken care of. Because at the end of the day, that is who we need to be taken care of. So, yeah. I hope that if you somehow, by the grace of God, haven't seen the video of Charlie Kirk in an angle that is close up and graphic, do not watch it unless you feel like it was justified and you haven't seen it. Maybe you should watch it. Maybe you fucking should. And for some reason, they haven't taken it down. They haven't taken it down, so it kind of seems like they want us to see it. I don't want to see it again. I saw it once, and that is enough. You know, I need to get off the damn phone because it's posted everywhere. And just when you think they're going to blur something out, they don't. And it's fucking horrific. It is horrific. And I don't like it. And I don't fucking like it. I don't care who's in the fucking mix. That shit is fucked up. And to make everybody witness it who was there, and then in turn, everybody who has a fucking cell phone after the fact, weeks and weeks later, they're all witnessing it too. It's fucked up, dude. I don't like it. I do not like it. And that's my stance on it. I don't want to fucking... I don't want to be a part of this. And the aftermath is going to be fucking spooky, y'all. It's going to be really fucking spooky. Like, political violence is happening every single day. For decades, it's been happening. And I for one, am fed up. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not doing political violence, just to be clear. But I don't want to fucking participate. I don't want to be included. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want my platform to have to be this fucking shit. I don't want it. I banish it. Okay? If it was up to me, and y'all know I'm really good at manifestation, I will be manifesting peace on earth. Pretty sure people have been doing that for years and it hasn't really come out, you know, but I'm going full world peace. That's just the only thing I'm thinking about in this day and age now. It's absolutely the only fucking answer. You know, we could all be frolicking next to a fucking babbling brook and wildflowers and eating fucking berries, but instead we're doing fucking, you know, public debates about the dumbest fucking thing you could ever bring into law, and forcing each other's beliefs on each other, and building weapons that are, you know, dangerous and stuff. And let me be clear, too, I am not against the Second Amendment. I am not. Should there be regulations so that, you know, these little kids in school aren't be getting shot? Yes, absolutely. That's fucking... you are brain dead if you don't think that we need to curb the whole school shooting of it all. You're fucking brain dead if you think that. If you think that that's not an issue in this country. But I am a big, well, not a big, actually, let me take that back. I am a proponent for, protecting yourself, your home, your family. If you have to do so with a gun, you probably don't need to do so with the AK-47. That's not really something that you should probably have, because someone was on your lawn and they're on your property and they stole your bike or something like that, and you're going to shoot them with an AK-47. I think that's pretty unnecessary, but hey, that is a conversation for another day. I would like a gun one day for myself. I am a woman who fears for my life every day. That's kind of just how we live as women here in this society. But, yeah, I'm not anti-gun, and I do want to be clear about that. So, yeah, I mean, something's got to give. Something's got to give, girl. It is, oh, sorry, Frank. It's tragic out here, and, it is, well, actually, it isn't what it is. Like, I hate it is what it is, because that's kind of what brought us here. And I'm freaking ticked about it. So that's my 2 cents on that. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. I mean, I could probably talk about that for a long time, but again, that's not what this fucking podcast is about. Okay, we're here to talk about other topics, like what's on my list today. The Carmel Empanada is back at Taco Bell. Let's fucking go. How about a sponsorship from Taco Bell? How about that? That'd be fucking sick. I actually applied to be a graphic designer at Taco Bell like a year ago when I was at my other job. I was looking for, a higher paying job, doing something more creative than what I was doing. And I did apply to be a graphic designer at Taco Bell. I did not get that job, obviously, spoiler alert. And honestly, whoever they chose isn't really doing that good of a job, no offense. I probably could have made something way cooler for the decades menu, Y2K of it all. Like, I probably could have fucking crushed that. But hey, that's what you get when, AI is going through your resumes and fucking rejecting everybody automatically. So I don't even know how anybody's getting a job anymore. There's like no way, bro. And the job market is horrible. I'm pretty sure I talk about this on every fucking episode. I think right now they said recently that there are less open jobs and more unemployed people than there ever has been. I actually don't know if that's true or accurate, but I heard that somewhere, and that checks out, because I know a lot of people looking for jobs and they ain't fucking getting no jobs, girl. They ain't get no jobs. It's fucking hard. But yeah, the Carmel Empanada is back on the Y2K menu, and that's something to celebrate. I don't know if you guys ever had a Carmel Empanada from Taco Bell, but it's, one of the best fast food items that you can get out there. I don't eat at any other, I only eat at certain fast food places. I do not touch McDonald's. It is basically a goddamn fine dining prices now anyway. So I don't fuck with McDonald's. I barely fuck with Jack in the Box. I mean, they got the curly fries, but that's pretty much the only thing to write home about over there. And the egg rolls, obviously. But yeah, I don't really be eating fast food like that. I like In-N-Out, every now and again, but it's just not, I don't be eating fast food like that. I can't really afford it. And it's also I'm 35, bro. I can't be eating fast food like normal. You can't just be eating fast food when you're 35. Girl, what? That's crazy. But yeah, Taco Bell and In-N-Out, those are my guilty pleasures. However, I am not guilty about them, but I do really love them. So there is that. And I did have a interview today for a dream day job that would actually be really cool if I got it. I think the interview went very well. And, I'm going to be very vague about it just because I don't want to jinx it or anything. But, yeah, it's not a lot of hours at all. But I think I will enjoy the work. I will have to get probably a second, third, and fourth job to, cover the costs of living in this fucking hellscape. But, yeah, if I get a job that's, like, pretty cute and I can enjoy it, then, yeah, I would like that. And, yeah, so wish me luck on that. I think, I'm feeling good about it. So that'll be cool if I get that. What else did I write down? Oh, we are almost at the launch party for the project that I have been working on with my girl Sierra with Lynx Lab. Sierra is a personal trainer and like a coach. She does, she's a personal trainer. You know what they fucking do. She has online clients, so it doesn't matter if you're local. She does, personalized workout plans, meal plans, weekly meetings. It depends on what level you want to get with her. But she's a very valuable person to have in your life. And I do recommend her as a coach to anybody. So, yeah, we're doing the full rebranding, and we're going to be launching her first merch line over here locally. So if you are in, Long Beach, Signal Hill area, you can come to the very cute event that will be happening on November 8th. So if you do want more information about that, slide into the DMs, girl. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know. You should follow Sierra on Instagram too. Chick the Boom is her handle. And yeah, we will be constantly posting about the event now. We have basically, reached our point. We're just kind of just low-key waiting for the event to come about, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have coffee, little protein coffees, swag bags. I'm calling them perk packs because I really hate the term swag bag, but what are you gonna do? We have some actually really cool brands who have sent us stuff to include in those bags, so we're gonna have 25 of those. First 25 guests get a free perk pack with a bunch of actually really good products in it. So that'll be really fun. Launching the merch. We're going to have some little athletic competitions, little challenges at the event. There's going to be a DJ. Girl, it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. And I'm really excited to sort of just like reveal everything we've been working on. Like we've been working on it since May. And we're about to start working on the next cool thing that we're going to do for her. So shout out to Sierra for hiring me as your creative director, because we're actually making some cool shit, girl. Like we are good. It's going to be fun. So we'd love to have you join us for that. But yeah, I need to go over there right now because we're going to have a little folding party with the damn merch. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to bring Frank with me. I don't know if he'll be able to wake up for that. He's sleepy. He's not beating the EB allegations. So anyway, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you for listening to me and my 2 cents about the whole fucking situation, dude. I am pretty fed up with everything, and I wish everyone would just get it together. That's my personal opinion. We need to neutralize the situation. We need to de-escalate. The blame game, we got to stop. It's too much for me and my, little body and my little soul. Like, I am just like a little rodent person. Like, when I look in the mirror, I see like a little mouse. I really like a Hyrax too. They're very defensive, and that's kind of how I feel sometimes. So, when you hear me, having a big opinion about stuff, just picture me as a fucking mouse. I just want to be able to, live. comfortably. Heaven fucking forbid. Not really extremist over here. But yeah, I wish everyone would get it together and just be kind to each other, dude. Like, we need to dial it back. We need to dial it back. And don't forget the advice of don't ever argue with somebody in the comments of something, because you are arguing with either some monkey in the underworld of Lex Luthor's fucking underground prison, or some crazy fucking probably like 12-year-old that they're making work at these damn content farms or whatever that they're doing in other countries to stir up all of our bullshit. So stop arguing with people in the comments, stand up for what you believe in and everything like that. But that's gonna be it for me today. Kind of a short one, kind of a lengthy one. I don't know. I feel like I been feeling so fucking like cloudy since last week. Like, I just wanna I want to get back to living in gratitude, because that has been serving me well over the last couple of months. So let's not forget our blessings, and pray for each other, pray for the masses. If you're religious, you should start acting like it. If you're quoting the Bible, then girl, why are you kicking immigrants out of the country? That's so crazy to me. So don't quote the Bible if you're not actually practicing those things. And that is gonna be it for me this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in yet again for another episode of Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay Howe, episode 18. Subscribe to the channel and like this video. Smash the bell notification so you know when I upload a new video, blah, blah, blah. You guys know how it is. The call to action, the cringy call to action at the end or beginning of every episode of everything you've ever watched. I will see you next week. Bye.